You will have to understand how your buddhi is functioning. If your buddhi is prepared, sharpened enough to follow, to teach manas. Is manas listening to your buddhi or not? I know that I should not do something which is not to be done, yet I am doing because of bad manas. I am listening to my buddhi and I understand that my buddhi is right. Many times you know that you are not doing that is not to be done. You should not do something, yet you do. Why? Because manas has led you to form the habit patterns, and even you know buddhi is telling you and you are not listening. It means there is no perfect coordination between buddhi and mind, between the two faculties. So first of all, you will have to train your intellect, that is called buddhi, which discriminates, which judges, which decides, so that your mind functions well, which can import and export according to your capacity. If you go beyond your capacity, the firm will fail, the factory will fail. Then you will have to learn, what is this ego? Great deceptions, a mire of delusion, have been created by this ego. Ego is that which stands between you and the reality, that never wants to tell you and allow you to know the reality, because it has cheated the reality. Reality gave something. My master, as I have cheated my master. I'm telling you, I'm one of the examples. My master told me to be very selfless, loving, and remaining quite aloof from my students. I cannot. So I cheated him. So I'm like ego. Not exactly that, but I'm giving you the simile. What ego does? Ego forgets. Ego makes you forget the reality and has its own individuality. That separates you from the whole is called ego. That makes you small is called ego. That contracts your personality is called ego. That makes you individual is called ego. That does not allow you to expand yourself and become cosmic self is your ego. That always thinks you are so small, you are so bad, you are so little is called ego. You have to remind your ego that you are not this. This is not your firm. This body is not yours. This mind is not yours. Don't go in ego trip. But what are you doing? When you are praying, actually you think quietly, whom are you praying to? Ego. For whom? Ego. What for are you eating? For ego. I always say, I do this, I do this. From morning till evening, you are strengthening this ego, and that ego has separated you from the whole. That's why the yogis say, highest of yoga is to surrender that ego. It doesn't mean that cut the ego, surrender. Surrendering means making aware of the reality. Let this ego remain aware that you are only an agent and you are not the proprietor. When you allow this ego to become the proprietor of yourself, you are gone. What ego has done? Ego has this whole factory for itself and misusing all the means, human resources. That's why a human being is not becoming divine. That's why he is not attaining another state of, wisdom. That's why human being is still on mental wisdom, is not going beyond because of the ego. Now all this is happening on a canvas. All these are being painted. Chitta, great source of wisdom. Now you see, why are you not having nirodha? You are not having nirodha because you have not established coordination between ego, manas, buddhi and chitta.